What the smell is going on, you guys? It's your boy Savy Baby, and today we're gonna be diluting that fragrance we made in yesterday's video. And yeah, it was a ruby. It was another iteration of the ruby orchid thing that we did earlier this year. Let's see how it turned out. So get some gloves on. We'll see how much this weighs. Put it into my computer and yeah, figure out how much alcohol we need to add to get it to the right dilution level that we want. I'll show you guys how I do that. Pipette. Right, scales over here. So we're just gonna add it all to my flask, to a mixing flask. Forgot to turn on my cool lights for you guys. I'll do that in a second. And so yeah, this is themed around vanilla, ruby orchid accord that I made, and what else did I? And what's in the tops? Peach and licorice. So it's kind of a sweet floral, but the floral that I used is, I don't know, it's themed around an orchid type smell, which is a fantasy smell anyway, because you can't really extract the smell out of an orchid, I guess, or orchids don't smell really. So this should weigh about 10 grams. I did a 10-gram sample, so we'll see how close I was. See if it's actually 10 grams. I've never done that before. Actually quite a bit off. That's weird. Wonder how that happens. I was only off by like very small numbers when I added things, so I don't see how it added up to being 0.3 grams short. That's fine. So now we've got all of our liquid in a vial. Got 9.734 grams. So I'll come over here into my spreadsheet now. And for you guys who want the formula, I've got it wrote down here for you. Snap a screenshot, I guess. There we go. I broke it all down. So if you guys are, it's all percentages there. So it's based on, so I've got it on the percentages of each material, or based on 1,000 parts. Thank you guys for joining. Yeah, there's the recipe. And then for the red orchid accord that I used in it, these are the rest of the ingredients. So these are also in the formula as well. But all this stuff added up to only 5% of my fragrance. But if you guys want to make this, that's the other formula for the red orchid accord. And the red orchid accord smells like a bubblegum flower. Don't know how any other way to describe it. That's just how it smells. It smells like Hubba Bubba. And so yeah, back over here to the formula now. So show you guys how I figure out the concentration levels and how I want to dilute it. So we're going to go to, so the Flower Bomb version 5 came out to 98.99% strength, just under 100%. So I need to open up my dilution chart. Baby, can you run and grab my mouse, please, from my gaming room? Thank you, baby. Oops. Okay, so I got you guys can get this spreadsheet that I use from BK Sense on his Perfumery channel. Just type in BK Sense Perfumery formula calculator. Come on, open. What's going on here? Okay, dilution. And this has made Perfumery so much easier, having this chart here. So I scroll down now. Sorry, my mouse. Without my mouse, it's so laggy. Thank you, baby. Yeah. Thank you for my wonderful assistant wife. Okay, guys. So now look, I scroll down. You go to the bottom of your spreadsheet here. And I'll try and zoom in so you guys can see. So this is where you enter your dilution level strength. So what did I say it was? 98.99%. So we'll put 98.99. Oops, that's not the right spot. Sorry. 98.99. Okay, and we how many grams of that do we have? We have 9.745. 9.745. Oops, I entered that in the wrong spot. 9.745. Okay. So we have 9.74 grams. So this is where it shows you your dilution level strength. This bottom corner here. So we'll add, I'm going to aim for a 15% concentration level. So let's go. What's up, Noah? Thank you for joining. Let's add 50 grams and see what that takes us to. Dang, I almost nailed it. 16%. So 50 grams would put us at 16% concentration level. I'm aiming for a 15%. You can see the EDP average there is 15%. So we're aiming for an eau de parfum concentration of 15% for the final. So we'll go 51 grams. See what that puts us at. Still not 15 exactly. So we'll go 52. Keep going until we get there. Oops. 53. 54. This takes all the math out of it. It makes it pretty full safe. Getting close. 15.02. So 54.51 would be my next one. 54.51. Okay, 54.52. This is how I figure out how much Perfumer's alcohol I need. 54.53. 54. Oh, what the heck did I just do? Okay, go back. 53.54. 53. What am I doing? How is that going up? Oh, 54.54. 54.55. Sorry, guys. There we go. That was way too hard. Okay, so I'm going to add 54.55 grams of Perfumer's alcohol. Sorry, guys. Get my camera set up. One day I'll figure out how to have it so I can just switch between cameras and have multiple cameras going at once. But I'm not that fancy yet, guys. Just deal with me. Maybe one day I'll have enough money from YouTube to hire an editor, and then we can even have some edited videos someday. So I need 54 grams now of Perfumer's alcohol in my flask. And I like to put my Perfumer's alcohol into one of these spray. These are like gun cleaning bottles that tattoo artists use. And I think painters. But I use it to squeeze Perfumer's alcohol into my flasks instead of having to pipette a bunch. Okay. So at the end of this, we'll have 54.55 grams. Actually, it'll be 60 something grams of finished product that I'll be able to put into little sample vials for you for the future. And so now we're going to add it to the flask. Here comes a kind of cool part, I guess. See if I can zoom it down on the, turn the camera around. Hello, thank you for joining. Just getting my camera situated here. You guys can see what's going on. Sorry. Darn it, what's going on here? Oh, it's turning the other way. There we go. Okay. Never give up. Exactly. Thank you. All right, so we're going to add 54.55 grams of Perfumer's alcohol to the flask. And this is our fragrance that we made yesterday. I gave the formula earlier. You guys want to make it yourselves? You can buy all the ingredients on Perfumer's Apprentice in America. Also, what else is another good one? Creating Perfumes, Eden Botanicals, Perfumer Supply House. 54.55. Close, don't want to go over. Okay, 54.55. Yeah, I can already start to smell it. Close, one more drop. Bam. A little over, but that's okay. It'll just put us a tad under 15% exactly, but whatever. All right, now we'll mix it up. This is the fun part. Swirl it around in our mixing flask. See what it smells like. We'll bottle it up, give it a sniff. That's pretty good. All right, guys, we'll turn this back around now. We're done with that. See my my sweet washer there. Now we're going to bottle this all up. Let's see, where do I want my camera? I'll just put it over here out of the way. Sorry for all the moving of the camera, guys. I know that's annoying. Now we're going to get a clean pipette, put on some gloves, keep my hands clean. You guys always wear safety gloves, you know, keep yourself clean from chemicals, all that stuff. Be safe if you guys make perfumes. These are chemicals you're using. They can be toxic to pets, yourself if you're not careful. You know, you got to be careful with this stuff. I'm not liable for anything you guys do. And yeah, these are, people can be allergic to stuff in perfumery too. So be careful with what you guys, how much materials you guys put in. There's certain restricted items, you know, with IFRA, stuff like that. Take off all my lids. So yeah, after every time that I make a fragrance in a video, I bottle them all up, you guys, and then I've got them on the shelves over here, and I'm just saving them all. One day, I'm gonna open up a perfume store or like an online store, and you guys will be able to purchase all of these fragrances that we make in these videos. I give a few of them away, but I always save some, and I have every single formula that I've made on file, and I can recreate anything that I've made in the past, as long as the materials haven't been restricted since the videos have been made or whatever. And yeah, let's get to bottling some of these up, see what they smell like. Where'd my pipette go? One last swish before I start putting them in there. Honestly, I should probably put this in something and let it sit for a while before I bottle it, but whatever, they'll all just macerate in these little bottles. Keep them in a dark place, they'll be fine, I think. And yeah, we'll get us a little test here in a bit. And I really like the, so somebody wanted me to make this perfume for them earlier in the year. And I really liked what I smelled from it. I smelled black licorice, but not many, I don't know, people that I talked to seem to smell it. I thought I was crazy, but I keep smelling it. So I added it to this, even though I don't know if it's actually in there, that anise what's it called, dihydroanethol. Added it in there, and I really like it. We'll see how it turned out here soon. But yeah, I chose not to use that peach that smelled like O-rings. I chose a peach accord from Perfumer's Apprentice, and it smells a little more milky and lactonic than the other one. The other one smelled more sour, like sour peach O-rings. That's where this one has a more fatty smell, kind of like they use what is that aldehyde called? So-called C14 peach or something. I don't remember. But it smells like there's that in there. Is where this one, the peach Mayuki it didn't have that fattiness to it. And the peach Mayuki one I'm talking about, that was the one that I got on Amazon, and I'm really surprised with how much I like it. But I wouldn't use it unless you're going for like a straight up candied artificial candy smell, you know, like it's very discernible. It's like, oh yeah, that smells like peach O-rings. Like candy. But it's a nice smell, but you know, it kind of not everyone's. It, to me, smells cheap. I wanted it to smell like a fancy peach, not like a candy, fake cheap candy. So that's why I like the spiced up version of the peach with a little bit of black licorice. I didn't use much. I used 1.8%, which is kind of a high amount. It's not necessarily an overdose, but I did use the higher limit of what's typically found for dihydroanethol in a fragrance, I guess. Like according to Unguenitarius or whatever, I chose the higher amount instead of the mean dose. I chose the one above that because I wanted to feature the licorice note because I liked it so much. But at 10%, it smells too much. I think the highest they recommend using that, I think, was 7.5% from what I remember. And I was smelling it at a 10% dilution just on paper, and it smelled a little funky. So I can see why they said not to use it past 7.5%. What else do we got in there? So the ethyl vanillin, I haven't really been using that one much lately, so I'm excited to see how this one comes out. The vanilla I've been using lately is just plain old vanillin. And that one, they all tend to kind of smell the same in the dry down, which no wonder because I'm using vanillin quite often. But yeah, so I'm trying a different vanillin. This one smells more, I don't know, more candy and youthful, I guess, is where the vanillin kind of just smells more of a vanilla bean. This one smells more of a youthful vanilla smell. So how many more of these do I got? I think I'll need all of them. I'm almost out of these little guys. I'm gonna have to order more of these. I didn't think I would actually use these all this year, and I've been perfuming a lot more than I thought. So it's a good year. Oh, what in the world? This one had a fragrance in it. Crazy. And it was that one. So set that aside. Good thing that didn't spill. I might have spilled a little bit, but barely. And I know exactly what that is. That's, oh yeah, always label your stuff, guys. That was a close one. I almost dumped a bunch of liquid everywhere. And it's not on my gloves, so that's good. But that was just, I had an expired bottle of a Grossman Accord that I had made a long time ago when I first started Perfumery. And it was just sitting there in a vial, and it had started to develop off notes just from oxidation or whatever you want to call it, from just sitting on a shelf too long. And so instead of wasting it all, I made a licorice. Oops, what am I doing? I made the licorice and peach accord yesterday. I put a bunch of vials. What do they call it? The Jean Carl's method of making an accord, and I lined them all up and did 9 drops of licorice to 1 drop of peach, all the way down to 9 to 1, 8 to 2, 7 to 3, vice versa, all the way down to the opposite end of the spectrum. And what I came up with that I thought was best was like 7 to 3 parts peach to licorice. That was the point where they created a nice little harmony. And in the end of it, I ended up not even figuring out the math to how to add that to my formula, but it's not. It gave me an idea of how strong I wanted to use it, so I knew that I would be okay using extra peach in my formula and a lower amount of the dihydroanethol. All right, you guys. It's taking a while for me to get to the assessment, just rambling. Yeah, I've had a sick puppy the past few days. He got into my Subway. My wife had gotten my sub sandwich out of the fridge, set it on the counter, and then we turned our backs and our cat had knocked it off of the counter onto the floor, and my dog swallowed my entire sub sandwich, Scooby-Doo style, I imagine. And yeah, so he's had diarrhea and not feeling good. So all those things in his diet he's not used to, you know. Poor guy. But yeah, so I've got a bunch of these samples, guys. I label them. My little labeler. I need to make some fancier labels right now. I used to just use like, you know, little cheap labels like these on my things. Just little stick-its, like what are those called? Ozark or whatever the company is. You go get them at Home Depot, or not Home Depot, Office Depot or whatever. And just like little waterproof stickers that you use for yard sailing and stuff like that. But stepping my game up, guys. Got me a little Dymo label printer, label maker. My wife got me that for Christmas one year. I've been using that on all my samples just so it looks a little more professional because, you know, we're putting expensive stuff in here. Why go? It's like, I don't know. You guys come up with an analogy. Driving a Lamborghini and wearing sweatpants. It would be a good way to think about it. Because I don't use cheap materials. I might look ghetto and stuff, guys, but all the materials I use are the same stuff that, I don't know. I mean, I guess for like florals though, some people use jasmine. It's as expensive as gold. I'm not using that, but yeah, I use some nice stuff too. Okay, so it looks like I'm out of my small bottles. We'll keep these all here grouped together. Woohoo! Dominoes. And then I'm going to keep it by my bottle so I don't get it mixed up with anything else. Set them all here. Another drop of that. I like saving my empty trial bottles, putting a label on them just so I can smell them later on. Like, oh yeah, that's what this one smelled like, but it's still 100% strength. You put a label on it though. Here's my label maker I was talking about. Little Dymo, you just connect it to your phone, but it's all via my app, so I don't want to get on there right now. All right, for the moment we've all been waiting for. Let me stick this into one of these bottles. I've got bigger ones, but these are too big to give out to people for free, you know? It's like 7 grams of product. It's like a week's worth of fragrance, you know? And anyways, so these ones here, I believe these are 5 mils. So those are 5 mil samples. And this is a 10 mil, twice as big as that one. Travel sizes, you know, nice to take with you on a vacation. Sabin Stent Studio. You guys help me come up with a cool name for my perfumery. The Sabin Stent Studio, that's just the name of my YouTube channel. It's not like my perfumery name in the future, I don't think. So I need to come up with something cool. Drop some stuff in the comments. Be nice. I know you guys, YouTube's a freaking hateful place. Some mean people in the world. I mean, I could take it if you guys want to be mean, but there we go. big one here. And let's see, I've got about, man, that's not enough for another full bottle. Wish I had more of those little ones. Gonna have to put in an order. I might even get samples smaller than this, guys. That way I can reach more people. It's either that or I need to dilute my stuff further down. I could dilute it down to a 10% and I would get even more trials, but then it just means that I don't know, you'll take it from an eau de parfum to an eau de toilette, and I want to keep my stuff at an eau de parfum concentration level. All right, let's smell this thing. Enough jibber jabber. Okay, one more bottle though. Let me get all this product into a sprayer before atomizer, what do you want to call it, before I start blabbing about what it smells like. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I'll leave a timestamp in the description so people can skip forward to the assessment parts if they want, but you know, I do this for the real ones that watch it all, you know what I'm saying? When I was a perfumer, I took in all the content I could get. I mean, not when I was a perfumer, but I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning every day, every time I make stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed listening to like BK Scent ramble while he perfumed. And yep, so this is what I do. Learn from other people's thoughts. I just speak my mind. This goes here with the rest of those. Okay, guys, I'm not lying now. We're actually going to smell it. But remember, this is the first day putting it in alcohol. So it's still going to continue to evolve over time as it sits in the alcohol and like matures or macerates. So this is just the second step of the final process. Like I don't know if that guy that says you put stuff in the ultrasonic cleaner, I don't know if he puts them back in there after he puts them in alcohol to do another chemical reaction process or what. But I'll let you guys experiment with all that stuff. I'm probably not gonna stick them in a ultrasonic cleaner again. I don't know. I should get on Discord and ask, see what they think. But anyways, we'll give it a little sniff, guys. See what's up. See what the smell's going on. You know what I mean? You guys know. It's nice and light. Not too light. Definitely getting the peach. I don't really detect the licorice much. And I'm smelling, yeah, the floral bubble gum. And I don't know, it all just creates one nice, pretty youthful, summery scent. I don't know, it's nice and it's just like relaxing. That's nice. It's super pretty. Pretty well balanced. I think my wife's really gonna like this one because it's not too strong. It doesn't like it. That's nice. I don't. Let's see. Go outside and sniff around. See what else comes to mind. Some more sprays. I bet you it'll smell completely different on my wife too. Yeah, I guess what would I do differently? Let's see. I don't know, man. It's pretty damn good. Nice and straight to the point. You know, it smells like the vanilla. It smells like the lotus, the flower bomb, ruby orchid, and then the nice fruity top notes. You know, it's like kind of creamy. Almost smells like there's coconut in there, but there's not. But yeah, the bubble gum and the vanilla goes good. It's like a nice youthful smell. Not too like, it doesn't smell like something like a little teenage girl would wear though. It's not like, I don't know, I'd say probably 30-year-old women be good on. Middle-aged women or extra fabulous men. It's nice. I like that. I'm almost thinking maybe a little patchouli would be nice. A clean patchouli though, just like a clear wood or patchouli. Because I wouldn't want to add the dark sides of the patchouli, but it would be nice to have just like that. It adds that like mysticism to it. It's weird. It adds like depth and just, it's nice though. You can see what my wife thinks about it, but she doesn't like to be on video. Anyways, thank you guys for joining in. I'm gonna have to assess this one in another few days though. So yeah, I'll come back in through with my evaluations of these things. This was the Flower Bomb Trial 5, guys. It already smells good, so I could imagine that in another 2 weeks, it's only going to smell better, more well-rounded, and yeah, that's nice, guys. Pretty simple formula. You wouldn't have to buy too many things. A lot of this stuff is stuff you guys should already have in your perfumer's organs anyway. Yeah, enjoy it. Thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And as always, smell you later. Peace.